Right, hopefully this works for a change. I've been struggling trying to get this stream working for more than 15 seconds without it turning off on me. So I'm going to test it for probably another couple of minutes and see if it works. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and I'm going to play out a mission I created a few years ago, quite a few years ago actually, and but I often replay it here and there because I made it so random that you could probably play it over and over and over and over. That I could play it over and over and still enjoy it. Like I literally make the mission so I enjoy them myself, and it's quite a large, ginormous mission that I designed. And then you've got like 5 different enemies that you have to take out, 5 different terrorist leaders that you have to take out, and you've got to take out a whole bunch of AA guns before the mission is in. I've got reinforcements that come through. I've got hospitals and medical facilities. I've got civilians running away from villages. Hit loads and loads and loads of trigger points as well. And so it's quite a complex mission, but simple at the same time. But there's a lot of stuff going on, and that's why I always go back to it, because it's quite fun. So if this hasn't shut off now, I'm just going to wait for a second and just see if this is working. And I'm just going to do the preview of it. I'm not going to export it to the actual single player scenario or the single player campaign. The cool thing about Arma is you can actually design 4 or 5 missions for it to be one. You can actually design a whole campaign if you want. You could design anything you want, and that's what attracts me to Arma. Not just the cool multiplayer out there that you can play as well. And it was obviously the inspiration. The engine was the inspiration for DayZ and lots of other stuff. So, but yeah, I'm just going to see if this loads properly, because I've had some problems streaming, and I don't know why. I haven't streamed for ages. So if it cuts out, I'm just going to have to deal with it. So which one is it? It's been so long. I think this is the final product that I created at the very end. Operation UEPM5, and I can't even remember what that even means. It's been so long, but you'll see how detailed it is. So there we go. So I literally, it's been so long, I literally can't even remember. Like, you see all these helipads there. These are drop-off points for the helicopter at the end of the mission. All of these helipads here, like, this is possible spots that the helicopter will land depending on where you are. Like, so if I'm in this area, the helicopter will land either here or here, like either here or here. And all of these areas, and if I put on markers for a second, this is all the markers, and these are the leaders that I had to take out. I've got to kill this guy, Slin, Bolo, Nylos, Philly, and Dex. I just made up some random names, and all of them have triggers, so when they die, something happens. And so when I kill one of the leaders, one of these disappears off the map as well. Yeah, there's a hell of a lot going on, and all of them have trigger points. So this boat, if I come in this area, this boat will move to the north, and if I come into this area here, this boat will start cruising off out here, just so it feels like there's actually things going on. And so if I go into this area, there's a hell of a lot of stuff. If I cruise into this place here, possible patrols in the area. It's also random as well, so I don't know how many enemy is going to be in this place. There could be 20, there could be 10, there could be 2. I've actually put like, you see all these enemies here. There's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. And then there's more that can join this area as well. So there could be anywhere between 17. Oh, yeah, there's actually, you can actually see it 56%, 50%, 63%, 40%. So that's the percentage of availability for these troops that are going to be, that might or may not be in the mission. So I don't know if there's going to be 17 enemy here or one enemy here. I don't know if guys from over here will start joining in. I don't know if they'll run over here and do stuff. There's so many variables, and that's why I come back and I play this mission that I created so many years ago, and I still play it today because it's so much fun. It's called, there we go, Operation Utis Peace is what I called it. And so these 5 main areas, I've got possible leader here, 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 and possible leader here. So these 5 leaders all have randomized troops and military with them. I just don't know. I don't know how many guys they have. They could have 5, they could have 6, they could have 10. And so it takes a long time to beat this mission. And then I've got, on top of that, I've got medical facilities, which if I go into the medical facility, I have to rest. Like if I'm injured, I have to go into the medical facility, and the time will pass for 2 hours, and so the day will pass for 2 hours when I go in there. So it feels like you've had a rest, and so it actually blacks out and then comes up. And not just that, the weather can change randomly as well. So if I go into one of these medical tents, if I go into one of these medical tents, not only will 2 hours go by, the weather will change. So I could start at 10 o'clock in the morning, and if I keep going into these tents, because I've got quite a few of them all over the map, one here, there's different bases all over the place, I could end up starting at 10 o'clock in the morning and finishing at night, like at 10 p.m. or 11 p.m. or midnight, which just makes it kind of interesting. And it's every time I play the mission out, the day and the night time is totally random. So, which is designated by one of these triggers. I have no idea. It's been so long, I have no idea. Like, you ever look? Right. So this is guarded by Op4. So this area here, all of the enemy in this area will be stealth when I go to a certain point. If I ever come across this area, one of these groups, I don't know which one, it's been so long, will go into stealth. These guys here will go to the rescue of anybody that's attacked anywhere on this map. These guys here will sometimes, when I play the map out, these guys here will start running down here for some reason. I don't know why, but it's quite interesting to watch. From a distance, you see all these military guys, but they don't do it all the time. Like, sometimes they do it and sometimes they don't, which is quite interesting. I've set up like AA guns and stuff everywhere as well, and the reason that one of the missions is to kill the AA gun, so you can actually, at the very end of the mission, if I survive, the helicopter comes along and picks you up at the end of the map, and I have to use a radio command for the helicopter to come, and I can't even trigger that radio command until all 5 leaders are dead. But yeah, there's a lot you can do with Arma. I mean, you can do so much. All these triggers are as the beginning of the mission. I've got these side chat things going on that they'll have a bit of a conversation at the very start of the game, at the start of the mission. Yeah, lots of stuff, eh? This is where the helicopter is, way down here. So one of these, yeah. So what will happen? Yeah, here we go. So what will happen at the very end of the mission? If I kill all the 5 guys and everybody on them, and you don't have to, I don't have to kill everybody on the map. I just have to kill the 5 leaders. Once the 5th one's dead, and I radio in the helicopter, and then what happens is one of these drivers here, one of these pilots, they'll automatically disappear and go into the helicopter, and then fly to wherever I am to end the mission, and then it'll fly back, and the mission will actually end when the helicopter lands over here. And it could be daylight, nighttime, could be raining, could be sunny, who knows? Um, yeah, lots of possibilities. I think there's about 300-400 enemies in this whole. That's why it's quite slow at the start. At the start of the mission, because there's so much going. There's so many guys that need to spawn. That it's only when you start to clean out some of the enemy that the game runs a bit smoother. But it starts off a little bit glitchy, well, not glitchy, but just a bit laggy until you clear out a few guys. But Arma is a little bit like that. So yeah, look at all the stuff you can do. Amazing, eh? In this game, you can create Call of Duty missions. You can create whatever you want. It's pretty epic. So yeah, I'm just going to test to see if this is actually streaming properly, and then I'll come back and actually play the mission out. I haven't played it for so long, so I'll probably die really, really quick. I haven't even played Arma for a long time, but I used to play Arma religiously, so I got pretty good at it for a while. But I haven't played it for so long. But yeah, I'll come back and I'll play the mission out. And so anyone that's interested can check out what all of this actually looks like in real time. Cheers.